Hello, beautifuls. So we are the Energy Flow family, and we just want to say a big thank you to James first of all. So thank you, James, for coming into our life and for sharing all your wisdom and knowledge and healing powers with us over this past. How long has it been?
About a year or
It's
thereabouts?
definitely coming up on the year. And thank you for also inviting us into your YouTube channel. And I know you've changed the name over to the Energy Flow Tribe, which means a lot to us. We as a family, we are creating a retreat, a space where we can bring people to really heal and really do work using their mind, the power of their mind, plant medicines, love, and just learning how to really be their true self. So we are in the stages of planning on creating this retreat space, and last year before we met James, so I'm a energy healer, work with Rasta Reiki, which is a healing modality that I developed myself, and I work with that. And last year I had this vision that I was going to meet a guy called Merlin the Magician, who had long white hair and this long beard. And I was just thinking, like, we're going to meet this magician, he's going to come into your life. I work with these cards sometimes, they're, what are these ones again? Forgot the name of the person, but anyway, they're Ascended Master cards, right? And I've worked with them for about 15 years, and the energy healing card inside that is Merlin, right? And that had came out to me, hope you can see that. That had came out to me, and I knew that Merlin was going to come into our lives and show us some magic, shake things up a bit, help us heal. And that is basically what happened. I was walking into the co-op with my daughter Eden and Stephen one day, and we seen this guy in front of us with long white hair and a long beard, and Stephen turned and he said, "Oh, that'll be me in 10 years." And in my mind I was just like, that's Merlin, like that's Merlin. So took my daughter and we walked into the shop and unmasked, of course, and Eden looked at me and I said, he'll probably talk to us, and he did. He came over and he just started talking to us, and he said it was really nice to see another person without a mask on. And I was like, yeah, it really is. And I said, look, I gave him one of my little cards that's got myself and Stephen on it, and I gave it to James. And I said, look, we run moon ceremonies, we run Reiki shares, please come along to our next event and just get to know us. And that's what he did. And since then, we've just been on a journey with him. All of us together have been on a journey, like he's come into our lives and he seen our vision. Like I started telling him about our vision. Now, our vision, we've called it Cloud 9 Eco Village, because I believe like Cloud 9, if you're on Cloud 9, right, that's where you're in your bliss. So I want to call our place Cloud 9. And I was sharing this vision with James, and he was like, it's paradise, that is where we all need to be as a community, living, working, communing together, sharing, healing, like bringing people there and showing them how to heal themselves. And like right now we work from home and we live in a place called Motherwell, so it's a built up area, there's lots of people here. And when people come here for a healing session, there's certain people that we want to say to like stay for a week, stay for a year, like you need to come and you need to do a lot of work, and we have to let them go home and go back to their life and go back to something that's not right for them, and they're not really getting to immerse themselves into the healing properly. So that is why we need to create Cloud 9. And And James just shared that vision. He's seen it, and since then he's been really trying to help us manifest that. And I know that he's been, doing videos on here and talking to his tribe on YouTube about that vision too. And he asked us to come on and just introduce ourselves. And for me, I thought it would be quite appropriate for the both of us to talk about how we met James, aka Merlin, because he is a magical guy. He has, since we've met him, I've watched him heal people. I've brought him to my house and he's done some healing work with me, and I've watched the people leave here and really immerse into the work. I've had people receive distance healing from him, and it's been amazing. And then one thing, right, which I haven't actually told James, or I forgot to tell you about as well, is so we did a video. I took James a walk with me. I always go a walk into the nature every day, and I took him on my nature walk, and I did a video for my Instagram to introduce him to the page. And while we were down there, we met a guy who I see every day with his dog, and his dog is just ill. The dog's been really ill for a long time. It's really old. And to be honest, I felt as if the dog was ready to go. I thought the dog was being ready to pass over, and I felt like they were trying to keep the dog alive with medication. But James and I bumped into the guy and the dog, and the both of us were just kind of watching the dog, and I could see James just really tuning into the dog's energy, and he felt the same way as me. He walked away and he said, "Why, look at dogs, it's a poor soul." And I thought, yeah, I wonder what's going to happen now. And every morning since that walk, and every time I've seen the dog, it's been better. It was even playing with my little dog Minnie. It was trying to chase her, and I mean, this dog's the owners have to walk really extra slow to keep up with the dog, and it's so beautiful to see. It's just beautiful. I'm not saying the dog's running around daft now, but this dog is it's not in pain, right? It's not in pain. And that's the difference for me, because when I felt the dog's pain before, it just didn't feel right. And now I feel that the dog's been given this extra lease of life. So thank you for that, James. You don't even know you did that, but there you go. So that's magical. Sorry, I'm babbling on as usual.
I'm enjoying it.
Would you like to speak about...
Sure, I would actually. Yeah. Hi guys, I'm Stephen, and Claire is my beautiful wife. And James, after we met James, we very quickly kind of really connected, and he's been a big part of our community, I would say, since then. And he's just, well, you guys will all know just how supportive and soulful an influence that he can be. So he's been really, I've enjoyed his company for months and months now, and I always find myself connecting with him and seeing myself and seeing our paths aligning, if you like. I can just see me and James on cloud nine, tending to our veggies and shooting the breeze and having a wee smoke. I think I can see us hanging out. I can see us doing all sorts of great work together and enjoying life more than anything else, and helping other people come back into their harmony and alignment and flow. And I think, well, as you from the first 9 minutes of the video, you guys will appreciate that Claire is the yang influence in our dynamic, if you like. Much like James, I'm more of a yin influence, but I guess more and more so coming into my own power. And yeah, I'd say we've got a pretty good balance in that way. And James and you both, you guys really connect well too on a deep, soulful level. You've already done some great work together, and there's just so much more to do. And I feel like now's the time that we really need to step into that. So thanks for having us as part of your community, and we look forward to much more good stuff happening. And I think James sees it all, and like he's got that wisdom where, like, even I'm quite a chilled out guy most of the time, but even sometimes I'll like at times, like, I'll really benefit from James's groundedness
Wise words.
and wisdom. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I think he sees the power in us as well, like in a
Yeah.
way that not many others. Not saying, because I think anyone that's in our company and has worked with us, they know our power, but James sees the big picture. He sees the vision, and how we can really bring it all together. So
Definitely.
interesting times.
Yeah, like, yeah, he sees that, and I think, like, he also seen, like, your power and something that, like, I see every day, and that's, like, Stephen is one of the most amazing yoga teachers I've ever and will ever meet. He's just awesome at what he does, at helping people find their flow and helping people come into their body. And, like, James sees that power in him too. Like, he knows that Stephen's got that, and he encourages him, and that's a beautiful thing for me to know that there's another guy out there, like, backing him up as well, because I think in this world that we're in, we've not always got that backup. And it's just good for me to know that there's someone else out there, like, who's got his back and, like, sees exactly what I see. So, I mean, if you're ever looking for a yoga teacher, one-to-one or even via Zoom, like, Stephen's your man for that. As a coach, it's just someone who can just get you into your mind, body and soul. Then you're the guy for that, Stephen.
Right, thank
and
you.
Just feel your power, because, like, I feel it every day, and, like, those that are around about you feel it too. And I know that that's something that James is, like, feeling, seeing. So yeah.
We're stepping into it.
Yes, we are.
Community, and it feels good. And it's really exciting times, right? There's so much. Sometimes it's not happening quite fast enough for you, but it's one of those things where, like,
I'm learning to be patient and surrender to the flow, I guess.
And maybe I'm a bit too much the other way sometimes, where I'm like, it's cool, it's happening, it's fine, like, and then, well, come on, let's really step into it then, let's.
Yeah. So we run actually loads of events and different things every month. I share on my page, so I'm Rasta Reiki Women on Instagram. Stephen is the Energy Flow guy. We're both on Facebook too. And like, we run events, and we always post at the start of the month what we're getting up to. This month on Wednesday we're in Lanarkshire, so I'm not sure if there's anybody out there that's like on James's channel from this area, but we're running an event on Wednesday coming for 4:20, and I always like to celebrate cannabis, celebrate the medicinal use of the plant, and every year we just like to, I like to run an event to celebrate that and have it where it's family friendly, and just come and get some knowledge, get some healing, get to just love yourself and obviously the cannabis plant. So that's coming up for this week, and we run lots of different events, so check out our pages and get in touch with us if anything resonates with you from this video, or from anything that you see on our pages.
And for those of you that are not local to our area, for those of you that are in America and places like that, we are open to offers. We
want
to take our work and get around the world and see the world, hopefully an opening world.
Yes.
Now, and really explore, like, what we can bring to the world.
Think, we already work with a couple in Canada, and we've not actually met them in person. We've did a lot of deep work, some really deep healings happened there, and some big shifts, and it's just beautiful. And we can do that. We can do that from here. We don't need to be actually sitting right in front of us. So yeah, we're open to offers. Like, we do a lot of, like, kind of night shift with them in a way, where we'll just sit and chat late, and for them it's like kind of late afternoon. So we're open to lots, and yeah, please just get in touch with us if you fancy a chat or if you need to know anything else.
Cool.
Thank you guys, lots of
Yeah.
love, lots of light. Have a good night.